Destruction is the best. Yeet, yeet. Yeet, yeet. It's not about the build, it's about the destruction. Yeet is delete us. Yeet, yeet. Yeet is delete us. Yeet, yeet. Yeet is delete us. Yeet is delete us. Yeet is delete us. Yeet, yeet. Yeet is delete us. Yeet, yeet. Oh, this is looking good. Yeet, yeet, yeet. Destruction. Destruction is the best. I can hold this mouse better than anyone could hold this mouse. Mainly because I wouldn't allow them into my house to hold this mouse. But nonetheless, destruction.
Skin Guy Asano has redeemed first. Graph 1 Novels is here.
Yeet is delete us. Yeet, yeet. Yeet is delete us. Yeet, yeet. Yeet is delete us. Yeet is delete us. Yeah. I make great background music. Wait, I'm music? Yeah. I'm music. We'll go with that. What's up, everybody? Welcome in. How are you
Just
doing?
underscore Mickey underscore is here.
Welcome in. GG Mrs. Ken Redeeman first. What's up, Graph and Mickey, as well as everybody across all the platforms. How are you doing? I did not post my schedule for the week yet, but I'm live as if I had. I had a fairly busy day today, and I just did not get time to finish my schedule and get it posted anywhere. So I'll get that posted tomorrow for the rest of the week. But I'm live now. Well, I guess I'm even late right now. Oof. Oh well. I'm not late if there wasn't a schedule. I'm not late if there wasn't a schedule. All right. What was I gonna do? All right, I needed to connect TikTok. Give me just a second. And then I gotta do the alerts for TikTok too. All right. We should be all good. One thing I still haven't had confirmed from anybody on TikTok is if the full chat combined chat is working over there or not. All right, but let's get into hardcore Minecraft today. What's up, my dudes? Yeah, hardcore. So my brain just went blank. I hovered my mouse over it. It was just like, is this what I want to click on? I don't know. I don't know. What do you know, chat? I don't know nothing. So I titled today's stream Copper Autocrafters because that's where we're gonna start, but really we have like literally one that we have to build. 2 autocrafters actually that we have to build and no new designs. Let's see, is there anything to put away over here? You were very busy as well. You got to go home. Nice, dude. They let you out of the psych ward? They always keep me in there way too long. Alright, it's raining. You put a comment about TikTok in the to-do list. Oh, you did? My bad, I didn't see it. TikTok is having chat from other TikToks. Go to all chats, but I was not able to see the other chats on TikTok. Okay. All right, let me try a different mode then. Oh, hold on. Okay, this is the old school one with a CAPTCHA, probably. Oh, it's not signed in. All right, I'll try the other mode another time then. All right, well, we'll try. I did not see your response in there, so I thank you for letting me know. I will to do with that. Hey, all right, so this is where we left off. Last stream, we had identified 3 new crafters we needed to add, and we have done so. Copper crafters. Yeah, so we had copper nuggets and copper chains. So bars were first, nuggets and chains. Copper bars use the exact same auto crafter as these 3 items. Copper nuggets uses the exact same one for our iron nuggets at the iron farm. And copper chains uses the exact same one as iron chains at the iron farm. So the only thing left to do over here is to rebuild the end, which you can see there. So we have to, extend out this wall, and then this is the bulk copper block shulker loaded storage for after all these are full that need to be added back in. And this is literally a schematic that we made of the end of this room that we then ripped down to add the new stuff. So yeah, let's finish putting in the wall and the ceiling, and then we'll to this outer area. Yeah. What's up? Yeah, this is the wall for the behind the scenes redstone area. I am live on like every platform you can think of. Links are in the bio. How much higher does this need to go? 4 more blocks? Oh, and there's even like a half block thing going on there? Interesting. I did bring slabs for this purpose. I work in IT, but I'd love to do this in full time. Consider dropping a follow if you're new, chat. Whatever platform you're watching on. I'm live 5 nights a week right now is my current schedule. Yeah, I'll just do 2 layers. And then we'll go get birch slabs, and then we'll go do the finishing last 2 layers. Ooh, it's not even all birch slabs, is it? I need some dark oak slabs too. And I don't have any of those. Well, you know what that means, chat. It means I gotta go get some. Yep. Almost went up way too many floors. Lol, no. Boom, boom, boom. My glasses are dirty AF, bro. I'm like sitting here thinking, like, am I tripping out? Like, what's going on with my vision? My glasses are dirty. Probably in combination with the fact that my monitor is not perfectly clean either. I haven't wiped that off in a hot minute. What am I doing? Dark oak slabs. Oh yeah. Why did we have exactly 9 stacks of those? That's weird. Weird. No, wrong way. Alright, so I need the dark oak slabs. I need birch slabs, and then I need white terracotta to finish this up. Okay. Come on. Got it. Oops. Well. All right. I'm not gonna bother getting rid of the old, like, double slabs that should be a half slab, whatever, like, that's not gonna be visible within the room, so it's not a problem for me to leave as is. It's in the, this is in the behind the scenes area of the redstone. See, like that. It's just a little bit of, it seems like chocolate milk mixed in. All right, cool. Next up then. Next up then, the most important thing is building the railroad. The redstone. I've been building up the railroad. This better be copyright free. How do I do like single layer mode? Hold on. Layers single on this axis. Okay, cool. So now we can rebuild just this redstone slice. Okay. Let's do that. Is there anything here that's less than half a stack? Comparators, red concrete, crafters. Okay, all those need topped up. Comparators. Crafters. Red concrete, there we go. All right. I'm not holding any chests. Okay. Okay, I need my moss. All right. The only difference there is that the one in the schematic was actively being powered at the time. So that's a upwards facing dispenser there that I don't have on me. I am low on dispensers now. These are all droppers. I have no spare dispensers. Okay. That'll have to do. Okay. How is everybody doing? How was everybody's weekend? Did you guys have a good time? Did you have a not good time? All right, that's got to be upward facing, I believe. Yeah, like that. All right. So that's the shulker loader that we have in down below. Now we're getting to the copper crafter here. What does this make? I don't remember exactly. Oh, this makes the copper blocks. Yeah, so this is our densest form of storage. Okay. There we go. Ah, crap. So... then the question becomes... yeah, so then we go across this way. Oh, that is items going into here and making something? It sounded like we connected those and then some items immediately like flowed in. That shouldn't have been the case, but it doesn't mean it wasn't the case. No, that's just this one being pulsed to make nuggets. It would have went into here first, anything, so... yeah. Good. Alright. So now that auto crafter's in. That is light Matica that I took a schematic of the build with, and then you can check out that and everything I'm running in the Colonel mod pack, linked in the bio. All right, so that's in place. We now need to put the stuff over top of this chest. So I need to grab, it's gonna be smooth sandstone slab, done. And a stair, right? How did I paste it in the, ooh, like that, okay. All right, that'll do. Then the rest just comes with building the wall, so we'll put that in. I just got to put in the item frame, and then we need a copper block there. In that item frame. Do I have a crafting table around here anywhere? I don't. Interesting. Interesting design decision. Not have an a crafting table in here anywhere. All right. We are working on my auto crafters for my copper farm. We're updating them to have the new crafting recipes from the new Copper Age update. So we have an auto crafter for copper bars, copper nuggets, and copper chains here now. Yeah, that's good. All right, so next up, we need to rebuild the rest of this room that we tore down to make room for those. What am I looking at? Layers. All right. So then we got to build the, this is the crafter here that does the auto crafting of the empty shulker boxes to go into here. So that's what we got to do next. This faces that way. That faces up. This faces there and there. And then you can see we're going to actually need to have redstone sitting on top of those blocks. So they need to not be slabs. They need to be red concrete. And then these need to be red concrete. Should get the torch out of there. To do my repeaters. Okay, put in my dupe, put in my torch. Block, block. So you can see here we got a timer going that is pulsing that already. You love to see it. I mean, you don't love to see it because it shouldn't be pulsing it yet, but I haven't built the rest of the redstone. Next layer up. All the packs I use are linked in the bio or description on your platform. All right. Okay, next layer up, and that'll mark the end of the redstone. Okay. Cool. So now, well, I guess if I do this, all we'll see there is bam, the upper bits of distribution. So I can handle that. How many more? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those I need. All right, I can probably handle the rest of this with only referencing the schematic a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Dang it. Oh, my inventory is so full. Okay. What's up? All right. Now what, chat? Yeah, we have the 2 distributions. I guess let me start with this one. Seems easy enough, but okay, and then we head over to this side. We jump up top. We also do the same thing here. Out of hoppers. And then that one runs over top that one, and then this one runs into there. All right. And then we get our blocks. Amazing. All right. I just realized this one is a top dropper and it's facing upwards. That's not good. That needed to be a downward facing dropper if it was, yeah. All right. Not that it would ever get powered, but if it did, that means it would have started spewing out blocks, so. Well, spewing out shulkers, I mean. Ouch, my face. Cover those up too. Good. Now the last step is literally just the fullness detector here. That's the last piece of redstone. All this does is send a signal down when all the hoppers are full. Okay. I don't have any slime blocks on me. All right. Slime blocks and redstone blocks. That's all we need. So 1, 2, and that. All right. Cool. That is all the redstone back in. Now we got to put the wall back in, but first we'll top up all this stuff. So. Uh-huh. Okay. Just realized we're missing a block from, well, that one needed this block to go over it. That's fine. And then we're also missing these to go over the hoppers, or to go over the chests, I mean. I don't have any. We did actually have lights emitting in both of those spots. Honestly, probably in all 3 of those spots, we should have lights for when the wall is there. I just realized, so that makes sense to me. Okay. Now, chat, we do... Oh, right, we got all these empty shulkers to put into there. Let's do this. So yeah, we can dump items in there, and it'll handle them. Okay. So yeah, we can just put the items in there, and it'll handle it for us. I need to eat. Wow, okay. I'm like, why can't I sprint? Okay. You know, honestly, I'll fill that up completely. Okay. It's obviously going to need to craft more than this. Because we're adding extra hoppers into the system that weren't there before. But I'm glad I'm getting to reuse all of these at least. Okay, that should be every empty shulker we had. Yes, and then we have lots of empty shulkers and shells. I'm sure I have... Yeah, we have a bunch of there in there as well. So... What's happening here? Okay, it's just taking forever to get through them all. Because the clock is so slow. Okay. So if I put that there... Oh, that stops the timer. Dang it. It stops the timer because there's nothing in there. Got it. Understood. Alright, so... Okay, take that back away for now. And then we need to program... Okay. We need to wait for this to completely empty. Is there anything higher than that? There is plenty higher than that. Great. Okay, that should be cleared out at this point. At which point I'll put that down to stop the timer. And then we put this in here. Put a bunch of chests in there. And a few chests in there. And then we fill that up. And we fill that up, and it's not enough. Well, we can put the rest of the chests in there now. Fill that up. Fill that up. And then we put some in there. And the timer should start again. See? But now it's actually crafting its own shulker boxes. So, yes, it's crafting the shulker boxes now. With each pulse. And we put the shulker shells in there. And that's all it took? It's full now? Wow, okay, so... Yeah, good thing we saved all that. It barely crafted anything. Amazing. Do we have a box of empty shulker shells over here? 51. Alright, well, yep. And then we have one empty shulker box now to go back into here. Actually, we're missing a box from here. What box is it? Is it this redstone box? It is. Okay. Interesting. Okay, because those now need to go back into there. So here we actually have a very high shell to chest ratio. That's usually how it is in these scenarios. But okay, we can put the walls back in now. Oops. All right. I don't have the ceiling prepared to add on, but that's not a big deal. I can get that in a minute. I'll just get the walls up to where we need them. You know, one thing we didn't do is check the auto crafter for the copper blocks. We did test all the other auto crafters, just not that one for copper blocks. I do want to check light levels up here. There's some light level 2s there, but it is spawn proofed on top. Okay. We have lots of lights in the ceiling, just not directly above that. Okay, okay. So as you can see with the ceiling, something important about the ceiling is to make sure that the edges there have the double thick slabs. Or solid blocks, I guess, is what you would call them. Not double thick slabs, but... In this scenario, we did use double slabs. What is that hole in the ceiling from, anyway? Oh, right, that's from where the room used to be? I didn't know we just left this open unfinished. Oh, there's still a door leading into here that just leads to a hole in the ground? Oh, had on my part. We'll clean that up before we call this project done. Sound good? I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but... Alright, that should be good. Should make sure I get rid of all the... yeah, I left a couple torches back here. Let's just do a quick light level check. Yeah, we get to level 2s in some places, but nothing that is not actually spawn proof. Okay, cool. I think this autocrafter room is actually done then. Yeah. Oh, no, I still need to cover up. This one's good. I need to cover up on the back side of these hoppers. Got it. Okay. And here's our door to actually get in there. Interesting decision that I decided to let this age with all this other like non-aging copper on display, like in item frames and stuff. But whatevs. It shows it's been here a while. I placed those blocks on beat. I was not even trying. I mean, I totally knew what I was doing. Oh, what's up with this? Whoa. Okay, so there was blocks in some of these places that weren't even needed. Okay, so blocks go there, blocks go there, blocks go there. So what I'm doing is I'm just closing in the gap behind the hoppers, so that way when you break the shulker boxes to get them off the front, you can't see back through any gaps in the hoppers. I do this for everything. So then some of these are very special and require very extensive coverage because you could see back really far into the redstone. Yeah. Good. Great even. Yeah, this one's already handled. This is officially done. The copper auto crafters are officially done then, chat. Yeah. It only took us 37 minutes of today's stream to finish it. That's because we did do the majority of the work in the last stream. Oh, shoot. I guess 2 more blocks I forgot about. 1, 2. Yeah. And then, oh, I gotta put item frames there. Okay. Item frames are out here. Yeah, now having the wall up is making this placement annoying to run back and forth. How do you add free cam and the numbers thing to your worlds? Those are, well, free cam's a mod, and what's the numbers thing is mini HUD. You can check those mods out. I have them linked. I have the Colonel mod pack that I use linked in the description if you want to check it out that way. Otherwise, you just got to go find those mods yourself and do your own thing. All right, so I need. Okay, we'll move that stuff. Perfect. Another empty chest. Throw that in there. This is a crafting table. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna stick it right there, dude. Just so we have one in here somewhere. These 3 boxes are all. Well, this is all redstone dump boxes, huh? Okay. Well, this isn't redstone, but the rest of this is. So where does it go? Do we have space for it in here? Yeah, there's room for all of that in there. Nice. Oh, and that too. Nice. Yes, this world is over 5 years old. All right. Let's take a quick look at the... Oh, I need to break that. Hold on. I need to get light blue glass to fill in that gap. Because apparently I had cyan there. I don't remember what that was from, but I do remember breaking it. Somewhat recently. Maybe. I don't know. Copper crafters are now done. So then the next part of the project for the copper age update, is to address the fact that spawn chunks no longer exist, and we have to chunk load our spawn chunks. I then have a step 2 of that as also update a little bit of redstone on the chickens that I have laying eggs in my spawn chunks. And additionally, then we are going to chunk load all the new farms that are now chunk loadable as of 121.6 or something. So that's a couple updates ago that is from, but yeah. I don't need to take all these boxes to the spawn chunks. But I probably will just take this one because all I need is comparators, red concrete, maybe a repeater, torch, and dust. Yeah, I'm just going to take this box with me to the spawn chunks, and I'm going to leave the rest here for now. I don't even need to leave that there. Yeah, this is just where we'll leave the redstone materials until our next big redstone project. Well, the chunk loaders are a redstone project. How much of that do I... I'm thinking about what I need for the chickens right now. I can handle with this. Well, let's go see. Light blue, we'll come back with some light blue stained glass. And then we'll go head to the spawn chunks. I should probably just take all of my redstone materials, huh? I will. One piece of light blue stained glass. Good. Yo, look at the day count. Tomorrow's gonna be a sweet day, chat. Right now it's day 17,776. Tomorrow will be 17,777. That's one with 4 following 7s. Ridiculous. All right. I need to refill my ender chest with empty shulkers before I do this. Yeah, I do. Okay. Back to the base, fill up my ender chest with empty shulkers, and then come back. We'll grab all the redstone shulkers, and then we will... Finger was bugging me. Then we will go to the spawn chunks. Start that adventure. Anything over here? Nope. Perfect amount. You know what I just realized is we ran out of shulkers of shulker shells, and we're going to the spawn chunks, which is where I can pull out another box of shulker shells to add to my redstone. Yeah. Ooh, love seeing the streaks, chat. I just realized is I have the this in my inventory, which is going to limit what I can carry. So we're gonna start with orange there. Put all those in place, then we have blue. Oh right, we're missing a box. Okay. Okay. Good. Those are fabric mods. They're just client-side fabric mods. Easiest way to get everything I'm using is to just install the Colonal mod pack and play Minecraft through that. Otherwise, you'll have to figure out how to do a little mod pack. Add just things you want. That's all my pack is. It's just all the little stuff that I want to add to my world. Let's get to the spawn chunks, chat. You know, one thing I don't have a lot of is ender pearls. I'm gonna need some of those for chunk loading. I actually should, like, figure out the best, like, the ideal way to chunk load this. Like, with using the least amount of chunk loaders. You know what I'm saying? You know, these guys... Wow, these guys aren't even full up on eggs, because, yeah, they haven't been chunk loaded for God knows how long. Alright. So I'm going to tackle these guys first, because they're going to be easy. Just a quick little thing, modification I want to make here. I don't know where to put all these boxes. I'm going to put all the boxes right here. Notice how I'm putting it right next to an existing creeper hole. This isn't foreshadowing anything, is it, chat? How long has that hole been there? The whole time. Got him. All right. Oh shoot! Yeah, this box doesn't belong there. It belongs here. Okay. Sure, whatever. That'll work. All I'm looking for here, chat, is some super simple stuff. I want some red concrete, some redstone dust, comparator, maybe a repeater, maybe a torch. Okay. All right, so what I want to happen is when this top hopper is full, I want to lock the hopper so that it's not polling the air every second, or, you know, 20 times a second or whatever. Which should be a straightforward change, but I have to have this only affect each one, because I want the one in the middle should be locked immediately, whereas the other ones should still be running, right, in our current configuration. See, this hopper, or this one is full, but these ones aren't. So, we shall do... What is going to be the best way to do this? Because I want to pull the comparator, like, off of there. But then if I power the block on the side, power that, it'll also lock this one. So maybe it should just be an AND system. That's really simple. When any of these, no, when all of these, and only all of them, are updated, then lock it. Yeah, I can do that. Okay, so watch this. So here, yeah, I'll put them right back where I had. Oh, right, I picked them up because I wanted to, if we're having redstone, it needs to be on a not dirt block. Comparator, comparator, comparator. Each of those will go into a block. Each of those blocks will have a torch. Oh, we could maybe have individual AND systems for left and right. So when both of these are off. No, hold on. So if I can manage to have a doot right here. Because having individual and systems would be slightly better. You'll know what I mean in a second, chat. No. Trust me, I've got this, chat. So that dude goes there. Redstone torch goes there. And then repeater. Okay. So that's an individual and system that when both of these are off, it will lock both of them. And then if we repeat that on this side. There. So let's imagine that, yeah, both of those torches are off. This locks, and that specifically, powering this block specifically locks both of these hoppers so that they're not searching the air anymore, causing, which will be less lag on the world. It is sleepy time, and creepers are about to start. Yo, thank you for the rose that came in earlier. I just saw it. My bad if I'm slow. Cool. That's a really sophisticated thing to have just whipped up, which is nice. Okay. Yeah, just raw redstone in the ground. That's fine. I don't want mobs to be able to walk up in there. So yeah, once either of these sides fill up, if this side fills up first, then this hopper and this hopper will be locked. Yeah, this is great. Oh, chat, it is day 17,777. Hot dang, bruv. All right. Now we can move on to chunk loaders. All right, pull the bed out of there because the bed should go like right here. That's just like a permanent bed spot. That's a dump box for dump stuff. Yeah, we've got this making eggs. It's the blue and the brown eggs that we don't really have a lot of. We don't need any for any particular reason, but you know, it's nice to have the eggs farmed up here to begin with. All right, so next up is chunk loading this place, and I just want to confirm in like the configuration menu, we can do visuals, spawn, no, info overlays. No, I guess they completely got rid of the what was it? I had it mapped to like 9S. Or no, 7S. Toggle spawn chunks overlay. I just turned it on and I'm not seeing anything. So toggle spawn chunks real overlay on using world spawn Minecraft overworld by 12869Z0. So I'm not seeing it. So yeah, I don't believe there's any spawn chunks. Which is what I was expecting. Which is brutal. So yeah, Iron Farm has not been loaded. Whatever you want to call this place has not been loaded. The Moss Farm, Bamboo Farm combos, you know, have not been loaded. So I haven't been doing any work, which is devastating. Yes, we have to use Ender Pearl stasis chambers now to chunk load all of this. Okay, we're making our chests at least. While we're here, and then yes, it's going to be chunk loaded once we do that. Alright, take a box of shulker shells because we need this box to go there. We had previously ran out. Alright, so now we gotta figure out what kind of grid of coverage we're gonna do Ender Pearl stasis chambers in. I've had some trouble with believing this information about the fact that a Ender Pearl stasis chamber not only loads the chunk that it's in, but also that it loads a 3x3 chunk with the chunk in the middle being where the stasis chamber is. If that's the case, we probably literally only need like maybe 6 to 9 chunk loaders here. But I've for the pumpkin farm specifically, it didn't seem like that it was working that way. So I don't know. Because we did that when they added random ticks to chunk loadable things. We tried chunk loading there, but it wasn't making sense. Because of how, like, we never diagnosed it, but I'm pulling up the Ender Pearl page on the Minecraft wiki right now. Okay, there's literally a stasis chamber area. Ender pearls are affected by bubble columns, and ender pearls can remain afloat on top of the upward bubble column, allowing it to be stored indefinitely. A mechanism can then be triggered to make the ender pearl hit a solid surface. Teleporting, chunk loading. Ender pearl creates a tick for chunk loading every time it moves due to its own tick into a new chunk, and also periodically, almost every 2 seconds, it loads and ticks the chunk it's in with a tick level of 31. Okay. It also loads a 2 chunk wide ring, a 5x5 chunk area centered on the pearl's chunk, around it as lazy chunks. Okay, wait, hold on. Hold on. Oh, hold on. So I'm looking at the wiki for Java Edition chunk loading. Do I need to put a stasis chamber in every single chunk if I want it to be like fully entity ticking? Because there's entity ticking and block ticking, which are like lazy chunks. And it seems like the 3x3 is block ticking, but only the... Oh boy, let's do a little sleep. The Ender Pearl creates a ticket for a chunk loading every time it moves into a new chunk, and also periodically, almost every 2 seconds, it loads and ticks the chunk it is in with a tick level of 31 as the entity processing. It also loads a 2 chunk wide ring, which is 5x5 centered on the pearl's chunk, around it as lazy chunks, the first ring being block ticking, and the second ring being border chunks. The ender pearl continues to load chunks as long as the player who threw it is online. Even when that player is in a different dimension, the pearl stops loading the chunks when the player logs off and starts loading the chunk when the player logs in again. Okay. So yes, so that says the chunk it's in has a 31, which is entity ticking, but the ring directly around it is block ticking. And then the border around that is yeah, so we don't want any block ticking. We need we need entity ticking if we want random tick to occur. Okay. If it's a farm that needs random tick to occur, then we need a stasis chamber in every chunk. And if it's something that was previously spawn chunkable, that only yeah. Okay, so for the moss farm, this can be done using one of them covering a 3x3. That's fine, because that only needs block ticking, which is what spawn chunks were previously. So that's fine. We could probably get away with using 2 for this farm, 2 for this farm, 2 for this farm. And then this one here is going to need 1. And yeah, okay. This is easy. So we're going to get away with literally like 7. How can you get into making a forever world? Well, I play hardcore. It just so happens that my hardcore world has lasted forever. That's one way that keeps my brain going, is I gotta be careful. But you just gotta have big projects, really. Something that seems large and daunting to you, but not so large and daunting that you'll be like, I could never finish that. Everyone's got their own scale, right? You gotta have something that'll make you come back and have many steps to it. Like, oh, I want to build a castle out of this thing, and oh, but I gotta go build a farm so I can have this material to build with, and then oh, to farm that I need to make a farm for this, and just go send yourself down a rabbit hole. Really, that's the answer. All right, so where am I at? What do I need for a stasis chamber? And do these stasis chambers ever need to turn off? Because, okay, there's rules of engagement to my spawn or to my chunk loaders. And I guess that should apply even in the spawn chunks. So we are going to chunk load every farm that can be, right? Previously, everything that could be chunk loaded we had built in the spawn chunks. And we had built them with infinite storage in effect, so they would never run out and never turn off. But all of our farms that can be chunk loaded now, because there is new types of farms that can be chunk loaded, need to be. We need to always consider what type of chunk loading it needs, and then additionally, should if the farm ever fills up, it should turn itself off. Even if it's one of these farms here that's supposed to have infinite storage and run forever. Because, like, iron is one of the things where, like, yeah, I always want that loaded. Let's start with this place, though. Whoa, what just died there? All right, all we need, literally, chat, is ender pearls, which I only have 11 of. Oh, shoot, we don't even have magma blocks. Dang it. All right, we need ender pearls and magma blocks, and then trap doors, and then the rest is redstone. Oh, this is our spawn chunk right here, chat. This is our world center. That's what the spawn chunk overlay turns on nowadays. Interesting. Redstone signal that closes the trapdoor when it's full, but I'll be teleported. Yeah, yeah. That'll be fun. We already have that in place for our storage room, but we don't have the redstone done 100%. Because we had set up a chunk loader that does exactly that for our storage room because we needed it to run for a long time. And it was hilarious. When the storage filled up, it teleported me back to 9 different chunk loaders back to back to back to back to back to back. It was great. Because it takes 9 chunk loaders to do the whole storage room. Alright. Alright. We need some of this stuff. And some of this stuff. Just grabbing a whole bunch because, like, we might end up needing to throw, like, quite a few. For testing and stuff. Oh, right. For anybody that hasn't seen, let me just free cam real quick. This is how we have the storage room chunk loaded. So we just literally have a hole there. And there's one single redstone line that will shut all the trapdoors for the entire storage room. And this place is not it has block ticking, which is fine. Only if mobs or like crops or plants are involved or whatever do we need entity ticking for every chunk. Wait, soul sand, not magma blocks? You're right, you're right, you're right. Back to the spawn chunks. The T launcher? That's like a Minecraft launcher? Like the Technic launcher? I don't use it. At this point, just keep a shulker with everything for stasis chamber stuff. True. We're going to be doing like quite a few. So this project is starting with the spawn chunks, and then we have to go to like a lot of things. So I grabbed like this many. So all right. I'm looking at here. Let me turn on the chunk borders. Ah, really? One single piece of hoppers that brings items down is in this chunk. Okay. But if you look at it, this kind of does go right down the middle. So if I need to have one in here, and then we'll get. I really wish this had like some way of like selecting chunks. Oh. Aha. I can't like leave it like when I click somewhere else. Okay. But yeah, if I do this and this, we'll be good. So this just needs 2 chunk loaders. Because oh wait, no. One of these specifically this has plants that grow in it. So this needs to be, needs to specifically have it in there. Okay. So this chunk needs it 1.
Massive.
50 is a round number.
Yo! Did you say that because 0 is in 50? And it's literally a round number? So I want 1, I need 1 in here, and I need 1 in here, and then presumably I need 1 in there. I don't know. No, I don't actually. I do not need 1 in this chunk. Okay. I need 1 in this. So it's gonna take 3 chunk loaders, but to make sure that I don't load chunks that I don't need, these are the chunks we need, and each of the 3 in the middle all need to have a chunk loader in them, and then that'll get everything. You'd think I could get away with 2, but I actually do need a 1 in the middle here for the bamboo to grow. So, yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna put it under the farm, though. Someone tried to scam you on Facebook Marketplace. You tried to sell your treadmill. They tried to pull a Venmo scam thing. Oh, man. I've bought quite a bit on Marketplace, and people are brutal on there. What am I trying to do? So all I need is soul sand, pearls, and then I'm missing something from here. No, I'm not. Iron trapdoors. Well, do I even want iron trapdoors, or should I do like some type of wooden trapdoor? Because wooden trapdoor is something I can use with my hands. I should just go grab a bamboo trapdoor. And oh, I'm gonna need lots of water buckets. Okay. Oh, I already had a bunch of soul sand here and stuff. Great. I just need more water buckets. The email they sent was very obviously not from Venmo. I just posted the @Gmail is not a Venmo email address, and they immediately left the messenger. Oh, dude. I've never given someone on Marketplace my email. I'd be like, chat with me through the Facebook chat, or like, it's not happening. I'm doing good. We're working on adding chunk loaders to our farms now. Actually, mods, does someone want to update the project command and pin it for me? I appreciate your honesty. You know what I just realized? Is I genuinely don't think I need to... I don't think I need to be as, like, secretive about it. These 2 chunks, like, hold on. Let's go out of cave mode. Yeah, we need 1 in this chunk, and this chunk. And for 2 of those, like, that is literally putting 1 in this chunk and in this chunk. And then last one is in this chunk. For for these two, I can literally have them in this room. And then I can just have the other one go underneath this. Yeah, I can dig underneath this room. So let's do that. You have a project in mind for all the copper? No, we just finished all the copper autocrafters, so we're not currently working on that right now. No, we do need 3. Because we need the middle one there to have entity ticking in it for the crops to grow. All right. Can't even fit all the buckets of water in there. No, we need 3 to cover the whole area. So we need this entire area chunk loaded. So that means we would need one in this chunk, and we would need one in this chunk. And then this has crops that need to grow in it, so this has to have a
project
loader in
currently
it.
working on putting chunk loaders to load chunks for farms that need their chunks loaded.
How many times can we say chunks? Love it. All right. Wait, why don't... Oh, right. I needed trapdoors, which will be over here. Oh, look at that. Yeah, it's completely full of trapdoors. So I'll just take a stack of trapdoors out. If you switch dispenser to side, then 2 will load everything with bamboo. If you switch dispenser. I'm not using a dispenser. All right. So all we need... Kind of want to chunk load these with glass if they're going to be on display, but I don't have any building blocks with me, chat. Let me go grab moss. Maybe I should go grab glass or something from the base. If we're gonna have them viewable in there, yeah, I'm definitely gonna need a building block of some kind. Then I'm gonna need red concrete to put the redstone lines on. Where's my red? There it is. And then obviously we're gonna need the redstone lines at some point. And then for now I'll just use a lever for turning them on and off, and we'll make sure we'll get them working. Okay. So we're using Ender Pearl stasis chambers to load these. All right, so these two can literally be like side by side. Oh shoot, where'd all my soul sand? I literally put, okay, I was like, I have more soul sand. Don't want them covering the light though. So I can put them right there and right there effectively. So these 2 chunks will be loaded, and, you know, redstone between them will not be far. They'll be right next to each other. But it will load the entire chunk with the entity ticking that we need. I think it needs to be 6 blocks total. Okay. You know what? No. I can have them be here, just not visible. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's right. Good. Okay. Then 3, 4, 5, 6 buckets of water. then here we'll do the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I should have just brought the water down with me while I was digging it. Kelp? Yeah. I have kelp. It's not that big of a deal. All right. So now we need the redstone block. And we need the trapdoors. So then theoretically speaking, those are now effectively both chunk loaded. And then wherever we're going to get the signal to turn off the chunk loading from, we'll want to make sure that that signal starts with 1 and then has a bit of a repeater delay before the next one, right? When that signal gets there. So we could literally just... I don't know if this is powered or unpowered state for the trapdoors. We'll have to test that, so... So yeah, let's say we have redstone line. That's disappointing that that got rid of some of our lighting. But yeah, let's say we have a redstone line there. And it, you know, went between them. Let's say there was even a repeater that delayed it. And this sends our signal here. Okay, that signal on is open. Signal off is closed. Okay. Got it. Got it. What's up? All right, so then we need a third one that's over in this chunk, but it's got to go underneath, presumably. So I will go underneath next. Okay. Okay. I guess I could try the kelp method for this one. It would be perfectly in line to do it right here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. When you're counting the top one, you got to do that. So then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's right. Cool. Okay. All 3 chunks are loaded. I don't have a dump box on me right now, which is really annoying. And I don't have all my redstone materials, which is even more annoying. Yeah, all right. I wish there was something from Mini-HUD to visualize the chunks that are currently being chunk loaded. That would be really cool visualization, or like Zero's minimap even, and like showing like what level of chunk loading each of them are, like to make sure I got them right. But meh. What am I here for, chap? I should probably just grab this whole box and bring it down with me, because this will have 99% of what I need. Well, except for the building supplies, if like I wanted to make this look half decent. But for now, what I'm looking for is simply okay, repeater. Can't believe I didn't bring a repeater with me. Alright, so if we have a repeater there, and then let's say we have a repeater at 4 ticks. Yeah, that could come down very easily. Okay, then the next repeater just needs to be here. 4 ticks. And boom. Now they're all open. So let's simulate this farm filling up. This goes off. Just boop, boop, boop. Constant. All right. And then farm is ready again. That means it opens up and it's ready for us to reload each of the chunks. Simple as pie. All right. With that simple pie handled, do a little bit of decorating. I just realized that if I break these blocks, it's probably going to move that pearl, so... The walls should definitely be something else down here. But all they're gonna be for me is moss. Cause that's, it's just part of the floor. It's the basement. Isn't your basement made out of the floor? I don't know. Making this up as I go. Yay, what's up, Fatty McDaddy? Welcome in. I bet you were gonna get creepered while I sleep here. There's no mobs. I'm confused. All right, what am I looking for? More moss. I do need to get that frog light back down. We are adding chunk loaders to the farms that used to be in our spawn chunks. Fatty McDaddy, did you utilize spawn chunks a lot in your hardcore world for like building stuff and in there, like loading them and whatnot? Absolutely devastating to me that they are a thing of the past now. And that you have to put a stasis chamber. The number one most used material by me is moss. I use it as like my scaffolding, like temporary block for literally everything. Alright, so there is spots here that are not spawnable since we took this out. Rip. Let's put it back down there. All right, that fixed it. You did for the iron farm? Yeah. Yeah, now you gotta chunk load your iron farm. So technically speaking, now you can build your iron farm anywhere. And it will be, so you don't have to build it at spawn, which is a good thing, I guess. Is moss the best? No, it's just something I use a lot of. I figure that answers your question. All right. So this place is chunk loaded now. Sweet. Oh shoot, we don't have it tied into the redstone here yet. Ah, okay. What you're probably thinking right now is that this is a bamboo farm, right? If you're new here, you'll see like there's a bamboo farm here, and then there's all these auto crafters that auto craft things for bamboo, and we have it all chunk loaded. So maybe the logical solution for you, chat, is that when this last column of boats is topped off and full, that means we can turn off the farm. But you'd be wrong, because, well, this is a bamboo farm, but that's not its primary function. A bamboo farm was added on. This is primarily a moss farm, because I use moss for so much that we have all of these creating moss constantly, and now it creates both types of moss. And then in here, we get shulker boxes of moss and shulker boxes of pale moss, but the bamboo farm is attached and siphons off the moss to make bone meal to grow bamboo. So what we actually need to do is have it shut off once the moss farms are done. Which actually there's an intermediary step. There is all the bone meal. So this first makes moss, then makes bone meal, then it also makes white dye, it also makes bone blocks, right? Okay. So really, we even have these overrides here, so that if we don't want it to make bone meal, and we for some reason need to farm specifically moss blocks, we can do that. But yeah. So where is the final thing? Okay, the farm will officially be full when this is full, right? No. The farm is officially full. Aha, we already have that here. The farm is officially full when this hopper gets items stuck in it. And we have that on both sides. So what we need to do is an AND gate. So when both this and this are on, we send a signal to turn off the chunk loaders. Ridiculous system, but it is what it is. Yeah, so when this line, I built this ages ago, chat, and I'm explaining it to you
J_man91 is here.
for you guys, but also for me to remember how it worked. So, okay. All right, so we need, yeah. I don't know how we're gonna bring that signal down, but I will. It looks like I was not using red concrete for redstone for some of this stuff, but I should be. Okay. This is interesting. All right, so we're gonna take these upstairs with us. Oh, what are you doing here? Oh, that's my rocket box. How do you use color variants when building for my projects? Well, a lot of my redstone projects are very basic, where my palette is like... This is a surprisingly complex palette for a redstone build of mine. You see over there. Yeah. Alright. I'm pretty sure these ones with moss over top are temporary. Nothing is as permanent as a temporary solution, chat. Alright, so if we need an AND gate, that means I need red concrete, doots, and torches, and repeaters. Oh, and then I also will need moss. All right, so if I want something, if I want a signal from here, okay, the question now is, does that signal communicate downwards is the question now. So if there is an item, a full stack of items. Okay, we do get a signal there. Got it. Each of these modules up here are based on a RaiseWorks design of a moss farm. I do have a video on how I built this, though. It's a bit out of date because it didn't have pale moss at the time, but 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Whoa, 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 what's... Oh my goodness, that's directly on top of another redstone line. Interesting. All right, well, we're not going to be putting redstone on top of that, but we are going to be putting, yeah, that like that. So, which is fine. We want these two signals to come together, and then we need a torch and a torch, and then we need to contain both of them. All right. Then this signal, when both those... So if either of those torches are on, that means that we need the trapdoors to be powered, right? And then once both of these turn off, then that would mean that there is at least a couple stacks of items in that one specific hopper on both sides, and it'll turn off. So that's easy. We just need to figure out where we can bring it down. I would ideally like right here. I don't know what I can do to, like, cover that up, but figure that out. That's not gonna affect this hopper, is it? No, bone meal appears to be flowing through these, no problem. Okay. Good. You know what I just realized? The fact that we're pulling it off of this side means that we're going to need a repeater in it sooner rather than later to, like, equalize them, the signals, you know what I'm saying? Oh man. It's the bridge mod's color from the pale garden biome. What I miss? Bone meal in a mod pack. Sorry, what I'm... Alright. So if I punch this out... Okay, that'll tell me where I need to have... Yeah, that'll tell me where I need to have the repeater. I'm out of blocks now. Interesting. Let's go get some more red concrete. Oh, boy. Alright. What am I looking for? Oh, wow, that's the last of my red concrete. We're gonna have to go make more of that next time. Yeah, dude. I just saw that somebody already handled it, but I didn't think anyone had, so I was going to handle it. Alright. You know what, genuinely, like, I can just have it go through the light block. I don't really care. Wow, that just barely makes it. Amazing. The bridge mod's color from the pale garden biome. Yeah, I don't know what we're talking about now. Hail moss is vanilla. There's no mods needed. You don't need to... Alright. So that does leave access for, like, baby zombies to get into the nether. Or into there. If I place that, it gets powered, of course. Can I put a slab there? And will the redstone signal go through it? I think I can put a slab there. I don't know if I have a slab of anything. Wow, my inventory is just... There's not even much in it, but it just feels so jumbled. Okay. Okay. These 3 boxes, that's what I was expecting. Those 3 boxes, those are dump boxes. Okay, that one's done. Next up, we'll hit up the iron farm, maybe. But I ran out of red concrete at some point. Here. Let's go back to the base and get ourselves another shulker of red concrete blocks. The color, that's the better F3 mod. And I don't have that included because Mojang updated their F3 screen to be just as customizable. So I plan on using the vanilla one. What am I missing here? There we go. I was like, what is, like, how do I get this overlay off from mini HUD? All right. Yeah, you can always add it back if you want it. They did update 2021-10. I just have not. I just don't intend on using it. 35 is not enough. There's none in there. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Oh. Oh, okay. All right, then I need 4 stacks of red dye. Yeah, you just move your world folder over from whatever version you're playing on into the new mod pack when you update it. Nothing else you gotta do. Cool. Put the red dye back in the system. Let's head over to the concrete converter. Ooh, chat, this will be the first time we're using the concrete converter since we added the other functionality. So the concrete converter now, oh shoot, no. The concrete converter should now run the basalt generator and the nether tree farm while we use it. So that's nice. So I can fit everything. It's the smallest footprint you can do to have this much storage. All right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so we'll put 10 stacks in there. 10 stacks in there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Yeah, it's just an idea I had, and I liked it. All right. Right click. Oh, it's telling me it can't do that macro. Uh-oh. Hold on, chat. We had this problem the other day. I need to restart the Stream Deck software, so give me a second. Though, to my understanding, restarting the Stream Deck software was supposed to update it to where this would never happen again. I don't know. All right, let's give this a go. Yo, thank you for the biddies, dude. What the heck? Okay, there we go. All right, it works. All right, cool. So now we sit here and we wait. What just happened? It already blocked up? Oh my goodness. No, the whole Stream Deck just went with device not supported. For all my buttons turned into device not supported buttons. Okay. I backed out and backed again and it's working. Interesting. Interesting. And it stopped again. Bruv. I'm just gonna have to hold right click. Oh, the humanity, dude. All right. There, I'll do it so I can't move my, so I can just hold the mouse in my hand holding right click. Speaking of mice chat, looks from Turtle Beach. You know, you can use code Colonel for 10% off. Anything from the Turtle Beach store? Heyo! Thank you for the biddy. They are a sponsor of the channel, and using my code or my link does help me out. So if you need a mouse, got a perfectly good one right here. Oh. Oh. Yeah, that probably means that your monitor is 60 hertz, or if it's a higher than 60 hertz, it's probably only set to 60 hertz in Windows. And then you probably also have VSync on in whatever game you're playing. VSync or G-Sync, but if you're not familiar, it's probably VSync. If you want to see really high FPS numbers that go higher than your monitor's refresh rate, turn off VSync. Is usually the answer. I have a 240 hertz or 260 hertz monitor in game or for my gaming PC. So I think I play with either G-Sync or V-Sync on, and I don't think G-Sync works with Java very well, so I probably have V-Sync on in the Colonel mod pack. It was down to 30 because it assumed I was AFK. Yeah, so now we're up to like 55. It's still not great. Performance has not been great for the past few updates. Yeah, it's in the settings of whatever game you're playing. Lots of blood thinner left you with bruises. Oh my god, dude. Brutal. Yeah, it just sounds like you have VSync turned on in whatever game you're playing. What you need to do is find out if your monitor is a higher refresh rate than 60 and turn that on. And get it actually running at a higher, at its maximum refresh rate. Yeah, we've been playing bingo at the end of every stream. Unless it's specifically a marbles day, which it's not. But you wouldn't know that because I didn't post my schedule today like I normally do. Yeah, then you gotta go Google up how to turn up your refresh rate. And I'd probably look up how to turn on variable refresh rate with your monitor. That's G-Sync or FreeSync depending on what kind of graphics card you have. Yesterday was busy swapping new SSDs like crazy. Oh boy. What'd you need new SSDs for? Oh dude, I had a crazy one of the many things I was going on.
I'm going to bed, have fun.
Appreciate the biddies. One of the many things I had going on last week was dealing with a drive issue myself. My offsite storage server, I had it on a surge protector, but not a battery backup UPS, right? And the place where it is has flaky power. And this last power outage actually caused 300,000 sectors on one of the 14 terabyte drives that was in a software RAID array to fail. The pool was able to correct itself with and recover all parity, even using that messed up disc. But I had to order a new. I ordered a UPS day one before I even like had anything fixed. I ordered a UPS, and then I waited for to see if the pool would repair itself, and it did. And then I, looked at all the drives, and yeah, I need to replace one of the drives. So I ordered that replacement as well, but the key thing is it's an off-site server, so this isn't something I can do myself, so I'm having to, get other people to do it for me so that we can get it fixed. Yeah, we literally were talking about that when we were coming over here, that the basalt farm and the tree farm should be running while we use that. So hopefully they did. Hopefully they did. Servers, obviously. What kind of servers? That's a very vague thing to say, right? Put back this concrete. Well, you know what, chat? It's time. Today was a late start stream, so we're probably just past the halfway mark now. And I'm gonna take a quick break. Everyone should take a quick break, get up and stretch. Let's turn this tree farm on. Chat, whatever platform you're watching on, consider dropping a follow. I'm live 5 nights a week. Right now, doing mostly hardcore Minecraft. Let's get this place running. Oh shoot, yeah, it's still not working. Crap. Oh, it didn't work? Are you kidding me? Is it working? Okay, it's working now. Alright. Alright, chat. I'm gonna put a mini game on for the purple chat, and I'll be back in a few minutes. BRB. All right, I'm back, chat. Looks like I nudged the mouse at some point and it's no longer clicking. Ugh. Okay. Right, we came here for red concrete. We got what we need, and we're ready to go. Waiting for this stuff to finish, I guess. Oh, looks like it's done now. GG. Who did the goodest? Mrs. Ken. GG. Oh shoot, I didn't update the bingo macro script yet. So that's still not gonna work today. Hopefully I can do that for tomorrow's stream. Or for the next hardcore stream. I haven't even decided on the schedule this week. I don't know if I'm taking off tomorrow yet or not. Who knows anymore? Not me. Am I ever going to name tag the creaking? Yeah, that's in my project plan. Written there. I think we wrote it down the other day. So the next thing I want to focus on, chat, is adding a chunk loader to here. Now, my question is, does the villagers, do they need entity ticking? Like for each one of these like chunks that has mobs in them? Because really, they're right there. And they're... I don't know. All game aspects are available except that entities are not naturally spawned and are not processed, but are still accessible. And chunk ticks aren't processed either. These are sometimes referred to as lazy chunks. I gotta figure this out. Okay. Ooh, my hand is pretty chopped up. I don't know what happened there. I can't find any information on what level of chunk loading I need for an iron farm. Yeah, I don't see anything that talks about specifically the tick, or not the tick, the Yeah, the load type, whether it needs to be entity ticking or block ticking for an iron golem farm to work. Okay. I'm thinking that. So this, actually, I need to see, do I need to chunk load? No, I don't need to chunk load forward of this. All the redstone is comprised within that chunk. So really, all I need to chunk load here is a 3x3. But I genuinely don't know what will happen if I put a chunk loader in this chunk. I don't know what it'll do. Right, because... Oh no, it would have to be in this chunk, right. So if the chunk loader's in this chunk, you can see that would load the pillager, that would load this village alone. But fully. I don't know if entity ticking needs to be... I'm just gonna do 4. I'm gonna do 4. We're gonna have to dig out a basement underneath this. And then we're gonna have to load 4 chunks based off of where this is at. So it's gonna be this one. It's gonna be these 4 that need to be loaded because that's what actually has the villages within them. I don't know. Maybe I just try getting away with this one and then it does all that. Because if I do these 4, it's actually gonna load this area, which is not the end of the world. It's way less chunks than previously. I don't know. If you flew far away then free camped here, would you still see the stuff happening? No, I would just see a Bobby Cash. What I would need to do is probably sever the lines of the hopper lines here after each one of these drop shoot things, and then see if one thing actually produces iron in all 4 of these. But I'd probably have to wait like 10 minutes or so just to make sure that they had all had the opportunity to do it, you know? That's probably our best bet. It's gonna be to just put in 1, and if it doesn't work, and then separate those lines. Yeah. So we want it specifically in this chunk. If we have one place, if we have one chunk loader, we want it specifically in this chunk. And I could see us putting it just literally in this room right here. Then the only one that would, if we do need multiple and we need one here, that would have to be underground, but I don't have any acacia on me. Oh, great. That tree has stood there for over 5 years. And I'm just like, oh, I need a couple slabs. Let me chop it down. Okay. Okay. Let me go get my materials. We're gonna do this one up right because it might be final. You know, we don't know for sure. This is the right spot? Yes, it is. Okay. One, two, three, four, five, six. Okay. Okay. So with that there, let's go and sever some of these. The problem is it's going to immediately be a problem. Well, let's just leave immediately now. I'm not going to be able to sever the other two. But we gotta just leave for a few minutes. Wait, you know what? I just realized. Simulation distance. If I crank that down to 5 chunks, but keep my render distance up to 32, and I go stand more than 5 chunks away from it, then I will be able to see if golems are still spawning. That's right. I'm here, which is far more than 5 chunks away. Yeah, so this is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that would reach almost halfway to it. But because it's fully in my render distance. Oh shoot, my entity distance isn't far enough. Hold on. Let's go to another chunk and see. All right, so now I can see all of them. They are not being simulated. They are only being rendered. Iron Golem spawning in that one. All right, that is specifically in this chunk when we have this chunk loaded. I'd like to see all 4 of them. But like that one, that's a very good sign for us. This is the only one that I'm confident about it working. And even then, the spawning platform is outside of the chunk that has the mobs in it. So like I'm not even confident there. Okay, you seem to be the only one spawning anything? Okay, nope. We got another one in the front. And this is with them definitely outside of my simulation distance because you can see the villagers aren't like bouncing up and down or moving or anything. Okay, we haven't anything from either of these back guys, but both guys in the front that time, but nothing in the back still. Okay, there's a guy in the back. Oh, we just can't see him. Did he despawn or? No, he just went out of entity viewing distance. Right. So he's down there burning. We just can't see. Okay. So I assume if I fly back here, he won't actually be there burning anymore, but there's 24 iron ingots in there. Okay, it was... Yeah, that one has 18. They were spawning that whole time. Okay. We just can't see them because of the entity distance. Got it. So yeah, it's definitely working off of one chunk loader. That's awesome. Let me turn my simulation distance back up before I forget. Whoop. Okay. I absolutely love that. The less chunk loaders, the better. Like, if Mojang is making it to where this is an optimization thing because they claim that having spawn chunks at all is a is laggy, then I guess from my perspective, loading as few chunks as possible is the most optimal way. So the iron farm, chat, it here has all these things that are all completely full, and it is working on loading these the shulker boxes full of iron blocks and putting it in this chest. And simultaneously doing the same thing with the poppies get turned into composted into bone meal, which then gets crafted into bone blocks, which then does this. So if either of those sets of double chests ever completely full up, if either of them, we want the iron farm to turn off. So that would be drawing a redstone signal from this hopper here, theoretically. Yeah, or maybe this hopper. Either one. So let me grab my materials for that. You know, I'll start over here because this one's closer and that's fine. So probably I want to, this is like the last possible place to pull it from. You know what, actually, chat? I want to pull it from... I'll pull it from that one. I'll pull it from that one, yes. And yeah, I'll just do it right here. So comparator through that block, that means when that is full up. Got it. That is an ender pearl stasis chamber, and it does things. Oh, what is it? It's a chunk loader. That's the word I'm looking for. My brain kind of froze there. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, 14 is good enough for me. I'll throw on the repeater right here. And then bam. So when that comparator gets to level 14, which probably means there'll be 5 shulker boxes in there, then that'll shut this trap door. Okay. So we're on an either or system here. Oops, that's not right. Oof. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Throw down a repeater. Okay. Question is, no, none of that is going to interfere with this redstone line. It's going to be close, but it's not going to. Okay. I can deal with that. And if something ever does interfere, I guess, worst case scenario is it teleports me here at a random time. Which is not that big of a deal. All right, this is in place. This is good to go. I'm happy. There's 2 more things here in the spawn chunks we gotta do. Both of them should each just be a single... chunk loader, though. Hopefully. Okay, so looking here, we want where the actual chickens are chunk loaded. So we need one in this chunk. Okay, that's easy enough. Anywhere in this chunk. Those 3. 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Okay. Bubble column is in. Okay, so then The red concrete. Bamboo trapdoor. The ender pearl. Wait, I just realized the other ones were wrong. I need a redstone torch. Let's head back over there. I just realized this side was wrong, chat. You know why I realized it was wrong? Because a powered trapdoor is open. So right now, with this being in its current state, when the signal comes on, all that's going to do is power the trapdoor and hold it open. It's not going to... There we go. So instead of a repeater, we need... Oh, shoot. Now that connects to that. Great. That doesn't connect to anything now. That gives us a torch, and boom. All right. So now... Oof. Now it's an either-or scenario. Again? No. It's still being held open by both sides. So, yeah, it's... oof. That's not what I wanted. It's an and scenario again. I wanted an or scenario again. Or for this one. Can I do something to where they power like a copper bulb? How can I do an OR gate really quickly, chat? So 2 redstone signals that when either one of them turns off to turn off the output. Okay. The other way around is much easier. I could do 2 sets of torches, I guess. Yeah, I'll just do 2 sets of torches then. Okay. And then, yeah, let me just dig this out real quick. Okay. And just hear me out, chat. So... I need to go get my other redstone materials. What's up? Yeah, this isn't bad. This is just not fully punked all the way through yet. Yeah, every single farm is gonna need its own, like, thought process for its, implementation. Okay. Hold on. Four, five, six, there. I wanted to actually be able to see what a full signal strength would be. And I'll make it 1 less, just for fun. Okay, so that's... So that's got them both at a 2. So... I need an OR gate. Or, no, it's an XOR gate, I think. No, XOR means... Okay, which one is it? Oh, it's a NOR gate that I'm looking for. So only if both of them are off. How much iron do I have? Plenty. Do I need to do that, or can I literally just flip the signals twice? I can just flip the signals twice. So I'm gonna pull this here at the 5, I guess, and then we'll say... Oh, but then the other way around is also gonna power it. Yeah, okay. So at a 5 here, I put a repeater down into a block that then gets a torch that then have another repeater into another block that gets another torch, and those torches are effectively the same thing. All right, and if that one turns off, no, that's still an AND gate. Still an AND gate. A NOR gate is only when they're both off. How do I do a NOR gate? Okay. Ah. Basic NOR gate. Off. So when I want both of these are off, I want the signal on. Hold on. When both are off, I want the signal on. That's what I want. And in any other scenario, we're adding chunk loaders to our farm, and I'm trying to figure out the logic that I need right now. For when this chunk loader should be off and on. Okay, good. There's a really good breakdown. All right. Okay, maybe what I need is an A NAND B. So if they're both on, it's no. So if either of them are on, oh, it's an A or B gate. So that if it's no, that's Okay, it's an A or B gate that needs to be inverted. Vertical OR gate. So if both are on, or if either of them are on, A or B is an OR gate type. Huh. It doesn't give an example for an A or B gate on the wiki. It's in the OR gate. Okay, hold on. No. Doesn't give me an example of that. Okay. I'm gonna have to figure this out again on my own. Alright. So we want the gate. We need just one torch powering this. There's definitely a zombie out there. Alright. Okay. Is it time for bingo already? Jesus Christ. Man, I'm in the middle of something. I'm not ready for it to be this late. Alright. Alright, you guys will have 5 minutes to get in your bingo cards. Bingo's going live. Alright. So I don't know why this is so hard for me. Okay. So if either... Okay, so that's what I needed. I needed to bring them into just one torch rather than giving them each their own torch. Got it. Okay. So that's a 5. And that's a 5. So... once those are both gone... Oh, once those are both gone, then we have the opposite of what we need. Oh. We don't need the torches there. We just need dudes. Yeah, the torches are making it the opposite of what we want. Only when these come on to that level do we want... Okay, cool. Cool, okay. That worked. That works. And we're gonna be able to get back to the base now with this chunk loader fully loading chunks. Working perfectly. Our only issue is going to be... I can save a little bit of blocks. Come on, I don't have 2 more on me that I could pull out of here. Man, where'd the rest of them go? No, it's because I needed. How do I make the? Do I smelt this again? Ah, dang it, bro! I don't have any furnaces here. Oh. If you're gonna die, I might as well try and get the cat head. Nope, didn't work. Oh. Whoa, what's happening here? We're missing a redstone dude from there to begin with. Yo, that's a big deal. I think I can save both of us. Yeah, that's a big deal that that wasn't there. That would have actually, like, not worked. But there we go. Perfect. You know what I just realized, though, is there are cats walking around here. And I don't know if the cats could trigger this by, like, bumping up against it. If that ever does happen, I guess it's just gonna happen. All right. Iron farm chunk loader, chunk loaded. All right, so next stream we'll be back to here. We have to chunk load this area and this area. Now that we know how these work, this should be very quick. It's just still going to be like the decorations and stuff that take the longest. You know how it goes. The decorations and the like red and the cleaning up the redstone and lore accurate cats. All right, yeah, those are both dump boxes that can go back to the base. We're ready to start bingo here in just a few seconds. All right, bingo is going live and we are calling numbers now. All right, well, I get back to the base with these boxes. Oh. Okay, we go through here so quick that if you don't really stop to look at the new signs or the new shelves, they don't really help you too much, but they are there, and that's what matters most. Let's go into the unloader to do some unloading. 1 empty shulker. 2 more empty shulkers. That's topped off. And now we just gotta wait for you guys to get a bingo. All right. Bingo, bingo, bingo. I'm waiting for it. All right, got my monument sheet ready for you guys. What's up, dude? Oh, all right. So today, what did we get done? We finished up the copper auto crafters, and finished up the whole project there at the Drowned Farm auto crafter redoing. That's great. And we started work on the spawn chunk loaders. We did do the chicken hopper lock already, so actually I can mark that off the list. So all we have to do is spawn chunk loaders. and then farm chunk loaders, I guess we'll call them that way, right? So this is for the farms, specifically in the spawn chunks that I wanted to get going immediately. And then we'll finish those up next stream easily because there's just 2 more farms. And I genuinely think it's going to be 2 more chunk loaders. That's all. I don't know about that for sure. But Mrs. Ken just won. Let's see what Mrs. Ken's got on the monument. You have Basalt with 29 wins, upping that to 30. Your latest W was on stream 1030. Today being 1035. All right. Let's get Mrs. Ken's Basalt up on the monument. Mm. 10 more points. Yeah, you're how far, what place does that put you in, I wonder? To be 10 points behind. Wait. No, it doesn't. No, you're not, Mrs. Ken. Hold on, where am I? So I just sorted it by total wins. You have 30, and the person in first is Abjernex with 58. So you're just a hair under half. Or over halfway. I'm in second with 50. Colonel Bot's in third with beacons. Bryson. You are in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're in 6th place. GG, Mrs. Ken on the dub. In bingo scores? I don't know how bingo scores work. There's scores in bingo? I've never seen that before. I don't see whatever score you're seeing. I don't see it. All I see is a winner. Maybe I have a way of seeing the scores. Oh, copy scoreboard URL, it says. Hold on, let me see. No game in progress. Okay. Don't know. Do we have any diamonds to burn today, though? But GG Mrs. Ken, if I didn't say it. Let me see if we have any diamonds to burn today. We do. What's it look like to you guys? Is it the same link that I can see that shows like all the numbers being called as they're being called? All right, let's get to the diamond eating shrine where we burn diamonds at the, ow, I bit my tongue. Where we burn diamonds at the end of stream. For qualifying exclamation mark partner plus subs. Today we had a single tier 1 sub on 2025. 11. All right. Appreciate the follow. All right, so this one goes to Slime for a 50-month resub at tier 1. Absolutely massive, dude. GG's. It's gone. There's a tablet. You want to screenshot that and put it in the Discord somewhere? Because I've not seen it, and I don't know how to get to it from my like bingo admin view. Thank you for that, NG. I'll see it at some point. All right, that's going to be it for the night chat. GG's today. Let's see who's live with some hardcore vibes. Feeling real tired. Today has me drained. Mm. Mm. No one in my recommendeds. No new homies to discover today. Playing hardcore, that is. Here we go though. Moon Ryu is playing hardcore. Let's send it right over there that way. All right, chat. Here is a raid message for you to copy and paste. If you got my emotes, use those. If not, just copy the words out of there at least and put something in the chat when you arrive over there. Thank you so much for the awesome stream. Thank you for the qualifying Partner Plus subs, getting us to our progress on our goal. Thank you for the follows across all the platforms. Thank you for the channel point redemptions. Thank you for the biddies. Thank you for the gifts over on TikTok. And thank you everybody for being here. I'll be live again. I don't know if I'm live tomorrow. I'll be posting the rest of the week's schedule tomorrow for sure. All right? That'll happen. So peace out.